Number 10. Called the number 10 that almost didn't happen. Is last night when I went to bed, I was pissed. Took me all day to upload it for several different reasons. I got it uploaded like 9 o'clock last night. It took my whole day, and I did manage to get a few things done because I was just sitting at the desk because I couldn't leave the page. But I started to get that trapped feeling, and it's a familiar feeling I have. It's one I've had since I was little. I can't really do what I want to do. I'm not fully being out and blah, blah, whatever it is. I can get it in relationships, I can get it in business, but if I start to feel trapped or tied down in something that's making me uncomfortable, my mind starts going berserko. So that was coming up, and this morning I just was, like a toddler. I don't want it. I'm not going. I'm not doing it. When you try and get your kid in the car and they're kicking and screaming. A big part of it is when I get the stuff uploaded and then it starts talking like, okay, and the point of this is, again, you just wasted a whole day for what? It's not, and then it goes into even like, you're doing this for attention. You're trying to convince people of something. You're trying to say you're something you're not. You're trying to look special. You're trying to stand out. You're a joke. And no matter what you do, no one's really gonna like you or accept you. So can we just stop doing this because it's stupid and you look stupid? I mean, what is it you think you're gonna get out of this? You look like a total asshole. And you're a liar. That's what's running. In my center, my core, whatever, I know that isn't true. That's the reason I'm probably still here. But I think when you start to go into a place uncomfortable, I knew these things were going to be uncomfortable. When I wrote on a list of things I wanted to do for 100 days, this was the thing I kept putting on and erasing, putting on and erasing. And in fact, the only thing I would do is I finally went, well, I'll record what I'm noticing from these things I'm trying out. I didn't commit to posting anything. But my soul isn't scared. Just my mind is. And all the stories it's bringing up, Things you say make you look like a freak. It's weird. You can't even really explain what you experience. So how do you, just shut up. Just shut up. So as I've been uncomfortable, I've been working on bringing that down here and feeling it. And I think as some of those chunks start to come off, then you start hitting a new layer. And 10 days in, it's kind of like, when someone runs a marathon, they hit that wall. Or when you hire a trainer, at first you're excited, even if you hurt, it's something new, it's something different, you're willing to push through it. Plus, like you have someone there cheering for you, even if they're kicking your butt, that they're cheering. I'm needing to cheer for myself. That's different. There's no one, down those 26 whatever miles cheering for me. It's, my soul's just like, we're just going because I know what's going on. And my mind's behind going, you're a stupid idiot. So I'm trying to work with both of them. And what I think the point of this is, if there's a point, is to train myself to move through those uncomfortable spaces, because it's really easy to quit. When I get uncomfortable with something, boom, I'm out. I'll wrestle with it and I'll feel guilty about it and I'll justify all the reasons I need to leave. And see, my soul isn't justifying why I need to be here. My mind is justifying why I shouldn't be here. So that's what I got to look at, is who's the one yakking and trying to convince me of something. Because your soul just moves. It just moves because it already sees, it sees ahead. It knows what to do. You don't even have to think about it. You know, if a little kid falls, you go over and you help pick them up. You don't go, well, they'll be fine. Should I help them? I'd be a good person if I helped them. But yeah, they really should learn to pick themselves up on their own. I don't know. Like, you're just in motion. You're just in motion. So with this, there is the feeling of motion going forward, because here I am. But I got a kicking, screaming kid I'm trying to carry at the same time. This reminds me, we did the turkey trot here in Arizona, gosh, like 10 years ago. I had a severe back injury at the time, but I just badly wanted to participate in something outside. I'd been inside for so long and having trouble even walking. So my son Tanner and his dad Nathan went on the run, and I went on like the 1 point whatever mile walk. And I took the twins with me, and they were, I don't know, maybe 8. Well, Jordan decided to wear these shoes that were cool skater shoes, but they had nothing to do with running or walking. And so we got out there, and we were probably a quarter or a third of the way through, and she started just freaking out because she was getting blisters, her feet hurt, it was hurting her legs and her back, and it was just really messing with her. And I thought she was just going to drop down in the street. But I was halfway through. I had no idea where Nathan was. I had to keep walking, and I was already in pain, so I started to feel totally panicked because I knew what I wanted to do. And then I had this screaming kid next to me. And I mean, she wouldn't let up. She just was absolutely freaking out. And so all I knew to do was I turned to her and I said, all we can do is run. If we sit and keep thinking about this, we're going to be stuck. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I don't have my phone. Dad wouldn't even know where to get us. We have to run. And so I just started running. And she had no choice but to run after me. So while that next half mile, which my body was not even remotely prepared for, and I was down for another 2 days after that, but my mind didn't have time to think about it. I just had to move. And she had to move with me. So while being authentic is absolutely, I'm depressed, I'm pissed, I want to stop, this sucks. Where you find power and muscle to access your soul quicker is to just get the information, but then let yourself go forward. Because otherwise you're commiserating. You know, you're finding a partner to sit and just bitch with. It's not only unattractive, it would just become a habit. And then it becomes easier to quit because you got people around you that'll say, yeah, you should, don't do that, don't do that. Life's too short. Yeah, and the flip side is life is too long. So it's kind of like, eat the cake first, life's too short. Yeah, and it's also too long. So do you want to die from diabetes or something else? Got it. Yeah, there's information here, and then process it through, and then it will start moving where it needs to go. And you don't have to figure it out. I don't have to figure this out. It's just happening. It's the thinking about it afterwards that gets me stressed. Because it's talking, or this is taking too long, and I'm wasting time. And, you know, wasting time of what? This moment is no more valuable than the moment I sit in front of the computer, the moment I sleep, the moment I deal with this. I mean, it's all a gift every single moment. There isn't one that's more important than the other. Humans make it that way, but it's not true. So there's really not a reason for us to freak out other than the mind is walking in the dark and it can't see what's coming next, so it's grumbling and screaming the whole time. The soul's comfortable. It's got its own inner light and it can just keep moving. So I think by continuing this, even if I'm only the only person that ever sees it, and I might never see it again, is to just practice the forward movement and trusting that. And it's training me, I feel like, for something. Even if it's just trusting myself and my center even more, and then letting this go. If that's all I get, how could I complain, you know? The other thing that comes up is I had to figure something out on YouTube last night, and it gave me the analytics of something, and I was looking at the numbers and stuff, which I hadn't really been looking at. And then my mind started, just because I'm in marketing, so it just starts going, what? Oh my gosh, that's where, oh geez, we need a plan here, we need a game, we need, you could figure this out, you could get this out there, you could blah, 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 blah. And then I thought, well, I could, I didn't, but it was just like, ask them to share and do this and do that and blah, blah, blah. And here's the thing. The whole point of this is about authenticity. It's not about a gimmick. It's not about, please like me. Please share this because I'm your friend. I don't like friend requests or page requests because, hey, could you just like this because you're my friend? That's uncomfortable. It's weird. It's fine, but it's not, just be so good that you can't be ignored. Be someone that just touches and inspires people so they want to share. So I keep having all these things on my YouTube channel that's like how to get more subscribers, how to whatever. And I look at it for a second and it's like the 5 things you need to know, the 5 things you need to do. Just type in how to, and I'm just like, I can't. I can't. Because while all those tactics might work, it's not the forward place humans are going. They don't actually need things from other people. When they are in their center, they feel love. And then the love they need from others, so that needs to show up, does show up. And if you need to ask something from someone, you will. It's actually a very natural process. This makes it difficult. And the agreement that we have in society makes it more difficult. But the key in marketing right now is to be authentic and to share and be vulnerable. And yet that can get very twisted into how to get more people to like you. And it's just not the point. I mean, even in my head last night, it's like, well, are your kids sharing? Who else do you know isn't sharing? I'm not asking people to do that. It's not even a high moral ground. It feels slimy. If I felt called to do it and it moved forward, then I feel empowered by it, and it feels like a mutual benefit experience. But hoping that I'll get someone to say something nice to me today about it or whatever, that's my mind running an addiction of I need approval, so I'll be okay. And I'm not doing that. Because it keeps this validated and running strong. And then, and 5 minutes later, it'll fight with me again about something. If I quit this because it would be more comfortable, do you know what it would do to me in the morning? You weak ass bitch. You quit, didn't you? I mean, there probably was something there. I mean, there were some cool moments, and who knows what could have happened. Yeah, it's not on your side. It's not on your side. It will switch any direction it has to come up with a problem. And then it'll try and solve it itself. And even if it thinks it solved it, it'll flip it again. It just goes round and round and round. So to take its advice is a little, it's like taking it from the lady down the street that you know is crazy and hates everyone. And she's giving you her advice about men, and she's got 20 exes, and she's standing there with a bottle of whatever, and she's telling you how to deal with men. And if you take the advice, well, then that's on you. And it's kind of the same up here. If I take the advice to quit, at this point, that's on me. And the guy that I started seeing these kind of videos from said, I don't know how far in he was, but he had told his friend that he wanted to delete his Facebook page and all his videos. And that's kind of, my mom was saying this, like, just get the fuck out. Let's cut and run. Let's hide. No one will know. Not that many people seen. Who cares? Get out, get out. We all have that somewhere, right? And his friend said to him, you're only scared because your ego can't, it only sees what it's losing or what it thinks it's going to lose. It cannot see what it's creating or what the outcomes are or the possibilities, or the one person that saw and it changed something in them and then it caught fire somewhere else. So my job is just to keep sharing. I don't have to know what it's going to look like. And I just don't want to, I don't know how to be gimmicky. I'm good at gimmicks. I'm brilliant at gimmicks. And I always feel like I sold out a little bit when I did it. I can convince you of anything. And I don't want to convince you of anything. Either you feel it or you don't. That's freedom. Freedom to feel as you feel and don't feel as you don't feel. And that's what I'm committed to. So if I try to start reading all these things on how to get people to notice me, really defeat the purpose of my training. And in fact, what if all these people started watching it? I would start to ease off in being down here, because it would be carrying me. And I don't want to be carried by fictitious things my mind is telling me I need, when I know I'm always okay. I'm always loved. I'm always safe. In the moment, that's what I am, no matter what my mind tells me. So if you have some place you're feeling like quitting, but you know it's good for you, like from a deep place, not what everyone else is thinking, know that your soul knows where you're going and that you're training for something. And that is a gift you're giving to yourself, just like I'm giving this to me, even if this right now is telling me I'm a friggin' liar. Trusting, 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 and not knowing. That's freedom. I think I'm like on actually I'm on mile 10 out of 100, so feeling some fatigue, and that's okay. I can love the fatigue.